Hello everybody, it's me again, another day, another video. Still going strong with the challenge up until the end of the year. Staying strong. So today I'm gonna talk about another very useful phrase that once I heard it, I wrote it down and stuck it to my wall so I can see it every day and remember it and internalize it so that it'll guide my actions and it would fuel me. So let me first show you the phrase. It's right here. It says discipline equals freedom. So the first person I heard that said this phrase is a guy from the United States. It's called Jocko Willink. He wrote a pretty great book. It's called Extreme Ownership. And well, the book is pretty much, you pretty much get what it is by the title. It's taking ownership of everything that happens to you. So whatever it is in your life that's not working, you pretty much have to say, okay, it's my fault, I need to fix it, I need to change, instead of looking for things outside of your control. It's pretty much having that mentality says everything's my fault, everything's my responsibility, and I'm the one who's gonna take the required steps in order to fix it. But this particular phrase, discipline equals freedom, at first, when you first hear it, it's kind of strange because discipline seems to be kind of opposite to freedom. But like once you start reading into it and thinking about it, it starts to make sense. For example, in my case, I'm a busker, so I play music in the streets. So I can pretty much choose when I go to work and for how long. But I do have a certain amount of money that I need to make every week in order to keep the whole thing going. So if I have the discipline to say, okay, I'm gonna busk every day for this amount of hours, from this hour until this hour, every day, and I'm disciplined enough to do that consistently, then I have the freedom that if something comes up one day, I can choose not to busk that day because I've been busking consistently, so I have more money than I need, so I can take that opportunity when it comes along. However, when I first got here and I started busking, what I used to do is I would pretty much busk when I needed the money. So sometimes opportunities could come along to do things, but I wouldn't be able to because I didn't have money, so I had to go and busk. So I didn't have freedom. I was tied to whether I needed the money or not. And so this, once I started learning and I started understanding, it made me much more disciplined instantly, and it made everything so much easier. And another thing that Jocko Willink adds to the phrase when he talks about it is that the more freedom you want, the more discipline you need to be. And that's a pretty interesting concept, because right now, for example, in my own little world. I'm trying to do stuff with music, with drawings and writing. So I want the freedom to be able to use this to create these three things. And that has forced me to be much more disciplined. I wake up every day at 4 a.m. Granted, on weekends I tend to sleep in, but during the week I wake up at 4 a.m. So I have time to draw and write before going busking. And most of the times I even draw after busking. So if I want the freedom to do all the things I love, then I need to be more disciplined. You know? I'll show you an example of how disciplined I am. I've become, and this is weird because I was never a very disciplined person, but let's see if I can show you. This is my new board, and here I'm writing everything down, and I'm crossing all the X's and all the stuff to make sure that I stay consistently and I get everything done in the rhythm I need to. So I think that's a good thing for anyone to think about. How it's a bit strange to think about that in order to get freedom you need to be more disciplined. But once you understand it, for me at least, it helped a lot. So maybe it helped you too. I really recommend Jocko Willink's book, Extreme Ownership. He was a Navy SEAL, and he wrote about the stuff that he learned during combat, and then how he applied it to business and leadership and stuff. It's very interesting. It really is. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. See you guys tomorrow. Another video. Because the challenge is still on.